slow morning. Welcome to Vlogmas day 7. I know I look a mess. I'm aware. I'm still in my robe. I understand. I work at my day job from 1 to 5 today, and I had to get my YouTube video up, so that's what we're doing currently. I figured I'd take you along to a traditional work day for me, someone starting a business, as well as also having to work another job. This is the reality of it. I woke up at like 9 and just like laid in bed for a minute because I didn't feel good. Now I'm uploading all my videos. This is the YouTube video. I edited it all last night, but it just wouldn't export for some reason. I don't know what was happening. We exported it this morning and it's up on my TikTok already, but we're gonna export it to YouTube as well. I have to export them 2 separate times as well because TikTok and YouTube, they use different sound recognition. So if I put the sound that I have on my epidemic sound, for some reason on TikTok it gets copyrighted and mutes my video, and so then TikTok couldn't handle normal songs. I just have to make sure I tag it in the video, and YouTube just can't handle normal songs. So I'm definitely running late to work. I got some of my video stuff done but uploaded, and now I'm walking to my day job. Definitely running late, but I'm like across the street, so it should be fine. I have a Pilates session tonight at 6, but between that I think I'm gonna stay at my other job just to like finish up some work of my personal work. It's obviously been a lot later. It's currently like 8 o'clock, I think. I ended up going to work from like 1 to 5, and then I had a Pilates session at 6, so between that time I just kind of like sat down and answered some emails. And now that we're home, I had to like go by the grocery store, get a couple things, and talk to my mom for a little bit. But now that we're home, I'm currently making some food for dinner before Isaiah gets home while I record this video, and I'm drinking my little chai tea that I love to make at night. But let's talk about everything business related. The whole concept of this video is to tell you about my business and kind of be able to relate to whomever is also starting a business, and specifically a personal brand. So everything that I'm doing specifically is I'm creating my own personal brand, kind of just like how influencers do, but I'm doing it from ground zero. I don't have necessarily a niche or just like a video that's popped off yet, so I'm curating and creating everything to my liking. That way it translates into my acting career, and everything that I do is within the wellness and creative realm. Stuff that I've learned along the way thus far, because everything I'm doing is from scratch and from no experience prior. Also, I've not gone to school for this. Like, I'm not a business major, I'm not a marketing major, but I definitely 100% believe that it is possible for anyone to do it if they have the drive to do it. So things that I've learned so far, and kind of like the order of to get everything set up, is I believe that you need to have several different streams of income. I've read books, and I've also just like researched a lot online, whether it be TikTok, YouTube, Google, Pinterest, things like that. That's how I'm getting all of this knowledge, seeing what works for people, what doesn't work for people, and then just stuff along the way that I'm learning. Definitely agree with having multiple streams of income. Right now I can't invest, that doesn't align with me at the moment. So I need to create the streams of income, and one of those is being an Etsy platform or digital product platform. So for me, I'm creating digital products as well as print on demand, and I go through Printify, and getting all of that set up is super, super easy. I do think that it's over glamorized on TikTok, where people will be like, you could be making $46,000 a month off of this one product. That's not true. It definitely is like, you have to build up to that for sure. You can't just start an Etsy, create this product and put it on there and then just watch it pop off. It doesn't work like that. You really have to like create listings consistently and then market your listings. Otherwise, you're not gonna see any growth with it. They wanna see traction on the platform just like any other platform. One thing I'm doing to create a stream of income, I basically create designs on Canva that have to do with me and my personal brand, and a lot of that is just your energy, wellness, and being creative. Then I put them on clothes because I think that's really fun to be able to wear something that's positive, uplifting, fun, funny, etc. Creative, all the things. Another stream of income that I'm working on is building up my social media platform so that I can work within the Creator Beta Fund. That is really just trial and error and learning what my audience wants, and that also aligns with my brand. So producing as much content as possible, putting everything out there. I also am working on being a UGC creator as well as moving into an influencing creator. So the UGC creator, I feel like just sets you into a, how do I put this? UGC creator, I feel like just really puts me in a position to transition into influencing, because brands can look at your work that you did for UGC and be like, yeah, I like the way that she did that. And that's why I'm doing UGC and creating my own brand, so that I can kind of combine the two and just transition into influencing and creating in general. That way I can transition that into my acting career. The UGC, everything I've learned from that, that's hard for me to build. That's been a really challenging thing, because I'm listening to all of these TikTok creators being like, this is how I did this within my first month of UGC, and I got all of these brand deals, and I had so many inbounds, and I'm like, that's just unrealistic. Like, I don't believe you. And it's really frustrating to just consistently hear that off of TikTok, because in reality, like, you can create a really good portfolio and you can find things around the house to put on your portfolio to kind of build it so that you have some work under your belt, not paid work, but just like you've done some cool things and you are advertising those things on your portfolio. But the way that to get inbounds, like, you just have to be posting on your socials. That's the ingredient. That's what everyone fails to say, is like, you can have a good portfolio and you can have good work behind you, but no one's gonna know unless you're posting it on social media. So at the end of the day, you're still being the creator rather than them being like, this is how you can do all of this and you don't even have to post your face and you don't have to post your videos. If you want inbounds, yes you do. You can use platforms, but they take a percentage. So one platform that I've had luck on is Upwork. They do take a percentage of it, and a lot of the jobs on there don't pay that much. Upwork, I also just feel like is kind of confusing in the regards of like, not everything is in one place. So like, you can set up your portfolio, but then there's like, I don't know, maybe it's because I don't pay for it. So I think it's stupid to have to pay for that. Upwork, I think that you just have to be present and be applying to jobs consistently in order to get jobs and get work, because you have to be like writing out messages and trying to respond to people as best as you can when they respond to your initial application, and then just consistently searching for good jobs, because a lot of them on there are like $10 per job, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. That's, my time is way more valuable than $10. Even if I were to do $10 project, that's $100 rather than if I were to spend that time working on a good cover letter for a job that pays like $300. Upwork, I've had some luck. I just don't like that you have to pay to get access to those things. I think that defeats the purpose of the job in a sense. I've had a couple inbounds. I'm just so skeptical about inbounds because I don't want them to be a scam, and I have gotten scammed, and I've gotten several scammy emails, and I don't have a manager. I'm doing this all on my own. So trying to detect if one of those is a scam is kind of a hard thing to do. So I'm very cautious about the inbounds that I am getting, but I'm getting them nonetheless. And I feel like I'm getting them because of what I'm posting on my platforms. I mean, obviously, like, that's how people are seeing my stuff. The whole point of me telling you all of this is how to start doing this, right? I'm telling you things that I'm currently doing and how you can do them in your own style. And if you are looking to be a UGC creator, I'm gonna be real and raw with you. It's not an overnight situation. It's consistently building up networking and rapport with people. And in order to do that, you have to post. You have to post on social media. You have to post as like examples and what you're working on so that people can see it, as well as just like your personality. I think that is the best way to get UGC. That's what I'm seeing results from. When you are talking to clients, just making sure that you're super prompt, super accurate, you're not misleading them with anything, and try to work with them on their budget, especially if you're new. So like me personally, typically I would charge about 200 base rate for a reel. Go up from there depending on if they want any add-on. Everything is just depending, but my base rate is 200. However, working with people that don't have that budget, like I will do it for cheaper for certain circumstances in order so that I can get a review that can go on my website. It definitely takes a hot second to set everything up. I did my portfolio on Canva and I really like it. I think that it was really easy to set up. I'll link my portfolio down below just so you can kind of see my example of it, as well as like I didn't use a template and I also didn't follow too hard against one person's portfolio. I drew from a lot of people's portfolios and kind of came up with stuff on my own and what I would want to see if I were to be a brand working with someone. If you're looking to set up your own brand as your business and you're kind of going in the direction that I am, a couple things that I feel like are like a non-negotiable is if you're wanting a passive income, setting up an Etsy or you can set up a TikTok shop. I really have not had any luck with TikTok shop. I think it's a little more hands-on than Etsy is. Setting up some form of passive income and then also setting up your portfolio for content creation. Those are like two things that I feel like are your base, as well as creating a list of brands that you would want to work with and finding out their contact information for their partnerships or collaborations, finding out that contact information and sending them a message. People think of sales, at least when I think of sales, is like, okay, what's the best way that I can say something that's going to manipulate you into buying my product or working with me? Somehow I make a commission off of you. And I think that's so cheap and disgusting that I don't use that tactic whatsoever. I feel like my pitches and my spiels are really authentic and unique to me, and they come across as a genuine interest rather than being like, hey, no views today? I can change that. That's disgusting. I don't want to see some infomercial shit. Something to think about, just how you are going to pitch to someone definitely matters on if you're going to get a response or not. But that's kind of my sum up of my business and what I'm doing. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, I know this is just kind of like brief and broad, but if you have any questions about how to do any of these things or like the step-by-step process, definitely comment them down below because I've done it already. So I think I'm gonna end this vlog here because I do have to edit this video tonight. I hope that this was helpful in any sense for you, and if you liked this, please give me a thumbs up or I don't know, heart it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.